officially. Larissa Albano is an EFL teacher and teacher trainer. She owns a language studio and gives workshops around Italy and Europe. And we've known each other online for a little while. So it's great to finally have you here. And you've got control of the slides. And you have 10 minutes. Do not go over.
Okay.
And take it away.
Thank you. Okay, first of all, thank you, Rob, for making happen, and thank you for watching, of course. So, okay, so don't waste time. Let's go straight to business. So, my EFLtalks is about finger puppets and storytelling. So, why this topic? So, first of all, everybody knows that storytelling provides natural pathways to learning and language and to communication as well. So it's an active part of our teaching and learning process. Why? Because learners become listeners, collaborators in the story, and why not performers sometimes and writers. So what's the connection with finger puppets? So I think that finger puppets, when you do storytelling, give you really a spark to in the imagination of students, and there is the opportunity to pass from a story to creative drama. So first of all, why stories? So in my opinion, everything we do is connected with stories. So starting from the what we do. So we go to the cinema, we watch a movie, we read a book, we talk to a friend. Everything we do is connected with stories. We need stories. It's in our DNA and in the one of our young learners. So in my opinion, there is an equivalence between food and stories. So food is as important to our bodies as has stories to our minds. And especially for our children, they are really, really important because they help children understand their world and share it with others. So let no, don't forget that when we talk about the story, so is even when we just ask our learners, okay, so what did you do today at school? And so they tell us about what they did at school. So that's a story. Or even when they ask us the question, why? That's a question, and that's the starting of the story. So that's just the starting point for a story. Okay, so let's see then why puppets. Puppets are enhance our power sleeves, of course. Since children are considered natural language learners, it's really good for us to give them a natural learning environment. So a puppet can be a special friend. In fact, we can use them as a great visual tool to engage their attention and imaginations. And puppets also behave as people, but they are not really people, so they are a new element for them, and they can be supported by puppets emotionally because they can talk to the puppets and they can talk to another friend through puppets. Um, so it's really, really important for them to have a new kind of friend, we can say. So now, why puppets in the EFL classroom? So first of all, when we are in the EFL classroom, kids sometimes don't feel comfortable because they need to speak another language, a language which is not their own first language. So in this case, the puppet is a foreign language speaker. So it's pretty much is one of them, and is starting to be a supportive element in the classroom. For example, if you want to model language, even if you want just to teach them how to ask what's your name, you can just model with the puppet first, and then you can ask your students. So it's part of the group. It's not just a special guest, but it's part of the group, and it also increases their engagement and participation. In particular, I use special finger puppets. I don't just use puppets, but the finger ones. Why? Because if you need to buy them, first of all, they are cheaper. Then they are easy to use, easy to manipulate. And if we think about our body, they also encourage the small muscle action. So it's really important also for this point of view. And if you have one-to-one lessons, then you have just one child can show you a performance with an entire cast of puppets. And in case you don't want to buy them, then they are easy to make and quite fast to make. So you can make them during your free time. And the materials you need for them, it's very common. So you can just take things you have at home. And now, if you want to get your finger puppets, you have different opportunities. So first of all, as I said before, you can buy them. This is the one that you can see in the slide is the set I bought from Amazon. It costs about £8. There are 16 pieces, so we can say that they are like 50 cents, 50 pence each. Or if you want to create your own, but you don't have enough time, or you just want to print them out, there is this website which includes 18 different characters, and so you can print them out and cut them out and color. You can decide to color by yourself or let your students color for you. And finally, for the more creative, more artistic, or not, of course, because it's not that difficult, you can make your own finger puppets. Now, if you want to be a pro in that, you can use felt and a sewing machine or needle thread. But if you just want to make it easier, you just take an old glove, you cut the finger off, and you have the template to create your puppet. So basically you need felt pens, glue, could be white glue or hobby glue, scissors, and the buttons. So a lot of bits and bobs that you can find home that is not really expensive, to be honest. So before starting with your storytelling activity, one of the lessons with your students could be make your finger puppets. Now, this is really important because sometimes teachers and parents can think that when learners are doing art crafts in a language class, they are doing nothing, or better, it's an opportunity for teachers to relax. I can tell you that it's nothing like that. I can tell you that you're happy, parents happy, children happy, because they have a result of an activity. But it's important to remember that this is the time in which you are teaching so much language that you can't even imagine, because you can go from vocabulary. So let's start from the materials that you use, and scissors, glue, or the body parts. So you can make eyes, you can make the nose, the mouth, hair, or functional language. This is a good opportunity to teach, for example, requests. So, can you pass me the glue, please? Or can I have your scissors, please? And even praise language, because when you monitor them while they're working, you can say, well done, good job. So they will learn also about praise language. So there is a lot you can teach. There is a lot of language you can teach during this time. So, and it's not just language, but there are all the other activities such as comparing, contrasting, classifying, and organizing. So, in my own experience, I got Tom. Tom and his family and all my learners went through a journey together with Tom. So, for example, one day was Sally's birthday, and that was a special occasion to teach them dates and food and party items, to learn the happy birthday song. But what I want to share with you before I finish is this activity, and I do hope that you have just 2 minutes and 10 seconds of your free time to watch this video, because my students, 4 of them, just by giving them the characters, so a mouse detective, an opera singer, and two thieves, and just a probe, which was a diamond ring, actually a fake diamond ring in this case. They created their own story. They created their script. So thank you.